amazing artists. This week we have a new project. Last week we made our comics and we were inspired by the artist Lichtenstein. This week we are still inspired by pop art, which means we're inspired by pop culture. So something that a lot of pop culture and a lot of artists who are in the pop culture movement, they are interested in advertisements and packaging and regular objects that you see every day. There's an artist named Andy Warhol. It's this guy right here. He is most famous for his Campbell soup can. And this was such a crazy idea back in the day because no artist was making art about a soup can, something that you see every day. It's at the store. So he really opened up a lot of doors for what art could be. Our project this week and next week will be of packaging, but you get to decide what item you want it to be of. We are going to be using candy though, so your favorite candy. And we are going to zoom in on the picture you choose, and so your candy is running off the page. You don't have your candy in a bunch of white. It's like running off the page. Like here's mine. This is just a line drawing. As you can see, I'm using Smarties. Use another candy. It doesn't have to be Smarties. And it is running off the page, so it's super zoomed in. That is the goal for this project. We are going to replicate a candy wrapper or candy that is zoomed in. You will have this week and next week to complete this. So this week I just want you to get as far as a pencil drawing. Next week you will be able to add your color. Here are some other students around your age that made a project like this. We're inspired by all the bright colors, the zoomed in composition of the candy, and I also like that you get to pick your candy you do. So there is a bit of choice because you're picking your candy and you're picking how you draw it. It could be more like lifelike, or it could be more cartoon or simple where you just color in the solid colors. That is up to you. You could add shading if you want, but you don't have to. I will show you a time lapse of me making this, but remember, you are drawing your own candy. So I want you to try your best. I don't expect it to look exactly like what it is, but I bet it will look more like your candy than you think. But just draw the shapes and the lines as you see them, and you'll be off to a good start. Let's get started on how I made mine, but remember, you're gonna find your own photo of your candy and you are going to draw it yourself. Let's get started. So this is how I found my photo, and this is how I recommend you find yours. So go into Google and Google the candy you'd like to do, click images, and find a image that you would like to replicate. And as you can see here, it isn't zoomed in enough, so you can zoom in on your computer to find a really good zoomed in image. So I looked at a couple photos and I zoomed in, seeing which photo I wanted to do. I ended up picking this one that's in the corner, and I kept looking at it while I drew my picture of it. This is really sped up because remember, you're not supposed to be copying me and my candy choice and how I draw it. You are supposed to be copying your photograph that you find, and you're trying to replicate that photo. This might be challenging for some of you, but I believe you can do it. And I think you will be surprised at how well you could do at copying some candy packaging. So I have the little lines that are each Smartie, and then the hardest part was for sure writing the word Smartie. To copy their font, their style of the lettering, that was super tricky. And I even spelled it wrong right there, so then I needed to add the R. I'm looking forward to seeing how you do yours, and if you include the wording of it, or if you keep it simple. But if you do keep the wording and you get the font as close as you can, that really makes it look like the candy that you picked. Best of luck! Way to go on the first part of this project. So you have your pencil drawing done. Great start. Next week we will color it in and finish up with whatever details we need. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to take a photo of it and submit it into Google Classroom. Bye!